everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Ellen and today I'm going to be bringing you something really fun, full of glitter and all that jazz. It is going to be a festival inspired makeup tutorial because I know there's a lot of festivals around the corner like GTM, Coachella's not far away, which I wish I was going to. I'm actually going to a massive festival myself this year in Europe called Tomorrowland. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it, so I'm super excited for that and I'm definitely going to be doing some kind of really funky makeup for it. So I thought this was perfect for many different festivals, and it's involving a lot of purple glitters and pinky purple tones, and then I've got some gold stars just to throw in a little bit of, you know, extra wow. So if you guys do like how this tutorial turns out, then please don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, if you guys would like to see how I created this festival makeup look, then please keep on watching and let's get started. So starting out with a clean base as always, the first thing I'm going to do is prep my lips with my Lucas Paw Paw ointment. They've been so dry lately. Anyway, the next thing I did was my brows, and I'm just brushing through them quickly with a spoolie and then using my Benefit Ka-Brow in the shade number 3 to fill them in as usual. To carve out my brows a little bit, I used my MAC Painterly Paint Pot and put that directly underneath each brow, and then I brought the rest of the product down all over my lid to prep them for the eyeshadow, and I set that one down using my Australis Fresh and Flawless powder in the shade Deep Natural. So taking my favourite eyeshadow palette of the moment, my Modern Renaissance palette, and the shade Buon Fresco, and I just used this as my transition shade through my crease. I then picked up Love Letter on a slightly smaller crease brush, and I took that right through my crease to deepen it up and blend it out a little bit more. Here I just picked up the original brush that I used for the transition shade and blended it all out seamlessly. I then picked up the shade here called Venetian Red, and I deepened up the crease with this shade, focusing it mainly on the outer areas. I then picked up the purple that I originally used and popped that over the top of everything to make it a little less pink. To create that cut crease, I picked up my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer and this really small detailer brush, and as you can see I applied it actually above my natural crease so that you can see it when your eyes are open, and then filled it all in, and this was my base for the pigment here that I'm using, which is called Pearl by Peaches and Cream Makeup. It is an absolutely stunning pigment, and I just completely packed that on the front half and then blended that center bit together so that there was no harsh lines. For mascara, I am taking my MAC Gigablack Lash Mascara and just coating my lashes before applying these half lashes, which were the Ardell Accents. I then went in with my Stila Smudge Stick waterproof eyeliner and lined my waterline just to connect it all up nice and seamlessly. The next thing I did was start with my base, and I prepped my skin using my MAC Strobe cream, and then I had these two little testers of the All Day Luminous foundation by Nars. And I tried out one of the shades that I got and I absolutely loved this. This was in the shade Barcelona for anyone that's wondering, and it was perfect to match my fake tan. So I buffed this foundation into place with my brush and then went over everything with my beauty blender just to make sure it was all blended in. I then picked up my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Light Pale, and I put that under my eyes, on my forehead, down my nose, my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin. To set the areas that I put the concealer, I used my Face of Australia Translucent Loose Powder and then set the rest of my face using that Australis Fresh and Flawless powder in Deep Natural again. I went in with the shade Love Letter and Venetian Red again and went onto my lower lash line and blended that out just to connect the whole look together. I then used Buon Fresco to make it a little bit more purple. Alright, so now for some glitter. I picked up the Ben Nye Aqua Glitter in the shade Galactic Violet, and I dotted that on my lower lash line and then decided I would kind of wing it out, but I didn't really turn it into a wing. I just literally flicked it up towards my temples. And then to contour, as usual, I picked up my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette and that shade in the middle and applied that to my cheekbones and my jawline. I then bronzed up the rest of my face with this colour on the other side and went all around the outer perimeters of my face. For blush, I picked up my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette and mixed the shades Mood Exposure and Luminous Flush and applied that to the apples of my cheeks. Then for my highlight, I picked up the shade Iridescent Light and applied that to the heights of my face, including my temples, cheekbones, nose, and cupid's bow. Now for the fun part, I picked up this American Body Art Gel Mixing Medium and dotted this onto my cheekbones before picking up this mix I had, which was pink love hearts and holographic little circles, and I dotted that onto the heights of my cheekbones. I then had these really pretty little gold stars and I stuck about 4 of them above each eyebrow. I decided to go back in with that aqua glitter and bring it a bit lower than what it was, so it kind of looked like I was crying glitter as such. And then for my lip combo, I kept this part in because I went to sharpen my Coco K lip liner, and that is what happened. The product literally fell out, so that is now in the bin. But I have picked up my MAC Hip and Happy lip liner and just lining my lips completely and filling them in before applying the Coco K liquid lipstick over the top. I picked up a couple more of those stars and just applied those above the aqua glitter just for a little bit more pop, and then I set down the rest of my face using my Australis makeup finishing spritz spray, and that is the finished look. I hope you guys all did enjoy it. I loved filming it, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!